we delve into the heart of what truly matters, our families. Healthy families make healthy societies. I'm Randy.
And I'm Leslie. We're diving deep into the powerful insights of Dr. Randy's groundbreaking book, The Family Legacy: Shaping Culture from the Inside Out.
Hear inspiring stories and strategies to transform your family. We'll explore topics like communication, forgiveness, healing, parenting, marriage. We'll cover it all.
We'll have provoking conversations with experts, coaches, and real-life families who are benefiting from intentional family building.
This podcast isn't just about theories, it's about tools that you can implement today.
We all come from families, so this podcast is for you.
Join us on this incredible family journey. Subscribe now as we learn to do family as God designed.
Transforming families one episode at a time. Remember, whoever wins the family wins the culture in the end. Let's go.
Hi there, and welcome to Transforming Families with Randy and Leslie. I'm Randy.
I am Leslie.
And we are super excited today, not just excited, super excited, to have some of our family coaches with the Family Reformation Project on with us today, and some special people to us. They are our kids. How about that?
It's pretty special.
Why don't you introduce them?
Yeah, so today we have our family coach, Garrett Bixby, who happens to be our son, and his lovely bride, Destiny. Garrett and Destiny met in YWAM down in Mexico. Mm-hmm. Destiny is originally from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and she is in the process of her immigration as a newly married person and member of our family. And down the road will be a member of our country. And so she's with us on a volunteer basis right now, but I want to tell you a little bit about both of them. They're both YWAM graduates, and Destiny in particular has such a special discernment to hearing God. She's a gifted intercessor. She is working on our FRP curriculum right now. Her background involves teaching. She's an artist, a photographer. Garrett is founder of Love, Learn, Lead Enterprises, which is transforming lives and championing faith. He's one of our Family Reformation certified coaches. Mm-hmm. He is a guitar guru.
Yes.
He's got a passion for discipleship and a deep, heartfelt calling and commitment to cultivate kingdom culture and see people get set free. And both of them also are volunteering in KHOP AZ, that is Kingdom House of Prayer here in Arizona. And their life verse is 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let all you do be done in love. So join me in a warm welcome, Destiny and Garrett Bixby.
Yay. Great to have you with us.
We're so
grateful to have you. We love all of our FRP coaches, and we especially love the family business. So it's great to have you with us. We just want to jump right in. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Want to start?
Sure. We are newlyweds. Leslie already mentioned how we met down in YWAM in Mexico. Destiny is a Canadian national, and I'm from the U.S. And we've been doing the family work together now for almost a year, just about. We started right after we got married. And what do you want to say?
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet. We're almost not even a year married yet. It's been great.
Well, in that year and your training through FRP, what are you learning, or what have you put into practice that are really helping you out as a family?
Well, it's a big question because there's a lot we put into practice.
Yeah.
With the FRP school, we've learned a lot of tools that have really started our marriage off on the right foot. We constantly are using the PI tool and the empathetic listening. And it's really just given us patience and the ability to resolve conflict and get through it faster, and really learn to be intentional about communication and getting to know each other.
Yeah, that's very well said.
Would you add anything to that, Garrett?
I would just say that when we were deciding if the time was right now to start the family school and dive into all the work. We prayed about it, and the Lord said, yes, the time is now. And that's the best decision I feel like that we have made, because it has equipped us with so many tools right out of the gate as newlyweds.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the great stories about you guys in the work is, when do you plan for family, and where do you go to learn how to do family? Well, now is the best time, unless God says no, wherever you're at. But the family school is where you go. And so I love what you said, that you're able to put them into practice right away. I mean, imagine if you didn't have any of those tools. You think you'd be in the same place in your marriage right now that you are?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Definitely not.
I want to throw in here too that because Garrett and Destiny have chosen to intentionally invest in their marriage straight out of the gate, that they're setting themselves up. Wise people are builders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've exercised wisdom right out of the gate in how they're going to engage with family. Garrett is a certified coach, so he's well trained in the coaching modality. So the uniqueness, we've talked about this in the past about coaching, is you don't have to be an expert. And because they're young doesn't disqualify them. They've got an incredible life experience, and Garrett is perfectly trained to coach anybody around anything. But I know that their passion is family. And is there a particular segment of family that you guys have a heart for?
I would say any family in general. Certainly believers that are in the body of Christ, and also anybody that maybe is not a believer and is just wanting to better equip their family with tools to do family better. I actually started this work myself when I was not walking with the Lord, and looking back on it now that I am saved, I see that it provided a safe space for me to come to my family with all of these issues and problems that I was having in my life. And once I was saved, it launched me into this season of accelerated growth, where I was able to take thoughts captive and really encounter some inner healing. But that work actually started before I was a believer. So I have a very big heart for that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's not a specific family group. Like, family is family. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like single or you have children or you're just married. Like, family is family. And so everybody counts.
Yeah.
I love that. Everybody counts.
Yeah. I know we said Garrett's a certified coach. In fairness, so is Destiny. They both are certified coaches, although we have her hot on target with our contextualizing of the curriculum. Do you want to talk about that for a moment, Destiny?
Yeah, sure. So the curriculum I'm working on is, we're taking our university family school course and we're contextualizing it for preschool, so age 3 to grade 12 right now. It's still in the beginning stages, and we're currently trying to put together a board of people that can really breathe life into this. But what's really special about this curriculum is it's very God-led. Like, God has every step coming from the secret place. Like, nothing is written, nothing is produced unless he has said it first. It's a lot of spending time with him and hearing from him before putting anything on paper and then reviewing it to make sure, like, hey, is this actually what you heard? So we're very excited, and we've already had testimony with young children in our tribe who are experiencing this work and having immediate amazing growth. So yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah, we are so thrilled to have you working on that and doing it with the excellence that you are. I know that, just for those of you listening, this might be something new you didn't realize was part of our long-term strategy at the Family Reformation Project, but we really see that there's 36,000 private Christian schools in some form or another, pre through 12, in the U.S., with over 6 million students. And there's another 5 million Christian homeschool students in that age range that have maybe you don't know, they don't have any family curriculum as to how to do family. And it's a real vision to see that next generation trained up. I mean, imagine it. That's the strategy really for transforming culture. Is you got to start in every place, right? With those who are passing on their legacy to their grandkids, with current parents, and with emerging parents when they're young. And so grateful that you're giving time and energy to that. Talk to us about why maybe you decided to become a Family Reformation Project coach to help other families.
The bottom line is prayer. I knew that I had a desire to do this. I have a deep, heartfelt calling and commitment to cultivate a kingdom culture, a passion for training, a dedication to discipleship, serving my community, and I want to see people get set free. And I wanted to make sure that this was not something that I was just doing out of my own fleshly desire. I wanted to hear from the Lord that this is what he had for me at such a time as this right now. And so the bottom line is prayer and hearing from the Lord.
Yeah. You said something a few minutes ago that really stuck out to me. And that was that when you started engaging in this work, you weren't a believer. And it hasn't been that long. And this is just such a plug to speak to families out there, irregardless of the condition of your family. When God steps in and he has our agreement and our cooperation, restoration can be so fast. And it's a true testament to Garrett's testimony. I don't know if we're going to have time to get into his personal testimony today, but from a place of restoring your own family and potentially considering bringing in a trained, certified family coach to help you on your journey, it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah. Good. Here's another question. We always like to ask our coaches of this. What are some of the problems or challenges that you're seeing with the families that you've been working with and the families as you've been walking through the tribe? What sorts of, even our own families, what sorts of challenges or problems are you seeing in families?
Sure.
I feel like one of the biggest challenges like we face is pain and the unwillingness to forgive, even if we are in the right. So something I see a lot is, well, somebody has hurt somebody and it's justified, but we're unwilling to let that go. So learning to pursue and learning to forgive and continue relationship, even when it's hard, is a big challenge that we see, even though it's what we want. A lot of people have a hard time getting past that wounding. But really grateful for like the tools that we offer because they help provide a guideline and some practical steps and options of how to approach that.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't think that misses a single family. I think it hits every family somehow. What else are you seeing?
I say that there are a lot of challenges. There's no shortage of things that we choose to allow to contend for our capacity. I'll say that again, just so this really sinks in. There's no shortage of things that we choose to allow to contend for our capacity. You can look at technology, education, social media, politics, abuse, addiction, media, betrayal, and the list goes on. But here's the thing. I truly believe that these are all symptoms of the problem, and that the root problem is identity. We are made in God's image, and many of us do not know who God is. Therefore, we do not have a chance of knowing who we are. And there must be a revelation in order for us to choose how to live differently. In other words, experience that inside out transformation from the Father as the source.
Yeah, nailed it. I mean, all the distractions, all the competing for our time, for our energy, for our money, for our attention. I mean, you put those two things together right there, all the distractions and this avoidance of facing really challenging problems because of the pain. And you're probably hitting a high percentage of families and the problems that are keeping them disconnected and separate right now. I think you guys are right on top of it. When we come back, we're going to follow up with Garrett and Destiny on how they are using coaching to address those problems. And then we want to make sure that you know how to get in touch with them in case maybe that's your family. You're saying, you know what, these people know my stuff and I'd like to hear more about how they could help. And so we'll be right back after this message.
Are you struggling with parenting, unsure of how to raise your children in today's world? Has your marriage lost its spark and intimacy? Has your family drifted apart and lost connection? Do you feel it's too late for you? Do you want more for your family?
Our team of trained and certified family coaches will guide your family on a journey of healing, growth, discovery, and transformation, all based on Dr. Randall Bixby's best-selling book, The Family Legacy: Shaping Culture from the Inside Out.
After working with a family coach, our adult children notice our improved listening skills and express that they really felt heard by us more than ever.
Working with a family coach has empowered our kids to be able to fully communicate their thoughts and feelings. And the tools we've learned have given them the independence and confidence to know how to lovingly resolve conflict.
Our coaches will meet you right where you're at and help you learn practical strategies to shape your children's character, rebuild your marriage, and leave a lasting legacy.
Isn't it time to prioritize your family? If not now, when? Click the link below to schedule your free 30-minute consult with a family coach today.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yay.
We are having a conversation with Garrett and Destiny Bixby.
Yeah. And so I want to bring this to you. So let's say somebody is intrigued and they're like, wow, we have a lot of distractions. Wow, we're disconnected. Wow, we have a lot of unforgiveness. And they want to work with you, a family coach. How is it that coaching helps people?
Family coaching is essentially a walk with somebody who is certified in these 60 culture shaping tools from the family legacy work. And as we walk together, we coach the who. Not the band, who are you, but the who, the individual, right? And this isn't telling or barking orders or, hey, do this here, there. But through coach approach conversations, families take personal responsibility for the revelations they see in their own family. And in other words, I see this differently now. How do I choose to show up and live my life moving forward? And families do not have to do this alone. A family coach is here to empower you and support you through that journey.
Yeah. Anything you'd add to that, Destiny? How's coaching help these families?
I think coaching really helps because I got into coaching because I wanted to be a counselor, but I realized it was more effective because what's so important about coaching and with families is the client gets to make the decisions and we're helping them just lead them to their own revelations and what they want to do and helping them put that into movement. And so it really helps families because it's the family who gets to decide what they want to do and what they want to focus on. And we're just here to help guide them through that. And we've seen really lasting impact because it means something. It means it's in your power. It's your personal responsibility. And that's so empowering and transformative.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is really interesting. Some people think, well, I had a client in the past who is a nuclear atomic energy compliance regulator. That's a big, long title. And he coached with me for several years. And I would have people ask, what do you know about nuclear energy? And I said, not a thing. And they're like, how can you coach him? And this is a real distinction, and you brought it up, and that is that a coach is an expert in a process to ask really good questions in a partnership with someone like a family. And that leads them to really investigate or come to some answers that maybe they hadn't asked themselves that question before. What is the real problem? How do you solve it? What's keeping you from solving it?
Mm-hmm.
How can God help? And what would that look like? And what will you commit to do? These questions that you guys are experts in, that really, as well as the tools. I love that you said that too, because the tools are a whole nother level. It's a whole nother process of having that discovery. But it's just so powerful to have a partner in a creative process where you're really getting to the heart of matters and changing them. And what Destiny said, you've often said about how quick the change can be with coaching.
Yeah. Unlike counseling or therapy, which have their places, coaching is a really creative process where it's a look at what is and what's next, and walking with somebody on this journey to really get clear on what's going on in your family right now, and where do you want your family to be, and what do you want your family to look like. And then it's that creative, supportive environment where you're walking alongside a family to help them reach their dream, their goal, their calling on their family.
I got to say, from on a personal level, it is just such a delight to see the two of you going after this for yourselves and for those people in your network, in your sphere, that, man, this is what we believe is the most important work that can be done. How do we translate and transfer the character and nature of God to our children and make healthy families that lead to healthy cultures? And you guys, at a really young age, have figured this out and are investing in it. And it just is a delight to see.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Any last words from you guys?
Thanks.
Well, let's say somebody. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're just grateful for everything.
Yeah, us too. So let's say somebody's hearing this and they're thinking, I wonder, what does it look like to work with Destiny and Garrett? How do they connect with you, and what's the process like?
You can connect with us through the Family Reformation Project website. Under the coaches page, there's a section where you can get into contact with us via email or text message. Very soon here, I will also be launching my website for Love, Learn, Lead Enterprises, which will eventually be a way that you can contact me as well.
Very good. And then, so they reach out to you and you just start the process and answer questions and get rolling.
What does that look like? If I'm Sally Smith and I reach out to you, what can I expect? I send you out an email and say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
We can schedule like a free 30-minute consult where we talk about some of the things that you're seeing in your family, maybe some of the goals that you have, and we can discuss what it might look like to navigate walking through that together, and what that looks like for any particular individual.
Wonderful. So again, if you're listening, you've got nothing to lose here. You can reach out, you can have a free 30-minute consult.
Yeah.
And just, ask more questions and get an idea of what family coaching might look like for your particular family. We have all the contact information down in the body of this podcast as well.
One last thought, and that is just to say, it's one thing to have some knowledge, like you guys know how to coach. It's another thing to have authority in that knowledge. And watching you guys live this work, we have a value in the tribe here, FRP. You have to live it to give it. And we see you every day, mostly, and we see you living it. And what that does is it brings authority to what you guys are doing. Not just knowledge, not just tools, but God is with you and in you, and you're living this. And that makes a difference. And I think that's a huge gap in coaching. Coaching's exploding, as you know, all over. There's a coach on every corner. The difference is some people know how to ask a few questions while others have authority in their life to
Because
help.
they're being transformed
Because
themselves.
they're being
Yeah.
transformed. They
That's a good
carry
point.
that. And that's you guys. And we just say that to affirm you and recognize that we see you. We see that. And we want, the listeners to know that if they work with you, that they're going to get somebody who is living this stuff and has authority. And we just wish you the best and hope that you'll fill up your coaching clients here and get rolling. Keep rolling, I should say.
Yeah.
And by the way, Destiny, thank you again for all the hard work you're doing on the curriculum. And, then as you volunteer with us, we just are so excited to see how that comes out and how God's going to use that for generations and for
Yes.
nations. So thanks for all that hard, private, unseen work that's getting done that is going to have a huge impact someday.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. That's it.
That's it. for
Remember
today.
this.
Go ahead.
Whoever wins the family.
Wins the culture in the end.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.
That wraps up another inspiring episode of Transforming Families with Randy and Leslie. We hope that today's conversation has left you feeling empowered and equipped to take action.
Remember, transforming families begins with transforming ourselves. Let's be intentional, loving, and persevere. You're not alone. We're right here with you.
We believe Proverbs 24:3, wise people are builders. They build families, businesses, and communities. Through intelligence and insight, their enterprises are established and endure.
Thanks for joining us today. We encourage you to stay connected with us on social media, join our email list, and learn more about our resources and classes at the Family School by visiting thefamilyreformationproject.com.
Remember to subscribe, share with your loved ones, and spread the word about transforming families. We'll see you on our next episode. And remember, whoever wins the family wins the culture in the end.